Hey guys, Andy McCloy back for another video for you guys. We've had a lot of requests for upper body workouts for all athletes. This will benefit basketball players, certainly if you've been following us through the I Love Basketball TV channel, but really no matter what sport you play, if you're a young athlete, this is going to really benefit you. Just to give you a little background information, when you're putting together workouts, a lot of people focus on muscle groups. They want to work their back, they want to work their chest, they want to work their biceps. And this is a flawed approach. So what I want you to think about is movement patterns. So when we're working our upper body, we separate things into vertical push, vertical pull, horizontal push, horizontal pull. Here in a second, I'm going to bring Coach Dale in and we're going to demonstrate some of these exercises. We're going to start with vertical pushing exercises and then we're going to go into a vertical pull. So we're going to just show you guys 4 main exercises and we'll give you a regression or 2 for some of them that we think may be a problem. So the first exercise we're going to start with is going to be a half kneel kettlebell press. So when we say half kneel, what I'm referring to is this position that Dale's in. So he's got his right knee right underneath his hip. That shoulder is right over top that hip as well. This knee is slightly forward, but not over top of his toes. Okay? From here, Dale's going to grab this bell and rack it. Now, we've got a kettlebell here, but dumbbells work just as fine. But almost all gyms these days have kettlebells, and they're not as expensive as you think at your local sports store. So what we want here is a nice vertical wrist, no bent wrists. We want elbow right underneath the wrist. Notice Dale's opposite hand, he's squeezing his fist. He's creating tension throughout his whole body by bracing his abs, squeezing his glutes, and squeezing that offhand, as well as squeezing the bell. From here, he's going to inhale, and then exhale and drive this bell overhead. He'll hold it for a brief second. Now actively pull the bell down into his position. Then he's going to press back up again. I'm going to have Dale give me 3 more reps while I talk through this. It's important that you maintain tension the entire time. We're breathing on the way down in through our nose, exhaling on the way up. Okay? The entire time he is maintaining tension as well. Now, this is a great exercise. Some of you may actually have issues going overhead. So here's the deal. If you try this exercise and when you press, it kind of gets stuck here, or you don't think you can lock your arm out completely, you probably have some issues with pressing overhead, and we can help you with that. So if you have an issue doing it, go ahead and drop a comment for us, and we'll shoot a video showing you another exercise that will really help you. Okay? The next thing we're going to do is the good old pull-up. Now I know some of you may not be able to do pull-ups. So before we even show the pull-up, what we're going to show you is a 90-degree arm hang. Remember, this is a vertical pulling movement. It's essential that you get good at these exercises. If you have limited equipment, a good old hang has a ton of value. So notice Dale is hanging first. He's a little bit tall for this rack, so his feet are not off the ground yet, but they will be in a second. He's tucked his pelvis underneath him, so he's not extended. His pelvis is underneath him, his ribs are down. He's first going to pull up to the 90-degree position, and he's just going to hold this here. Now, I would start with 15-second holds, progressing all the way up to a minute. Okay? And Dale, you come all the way down. The entire time that he's doing that, he's thinking about driving his elbows down, and he's maintaining a tight and braced core. We don't want to hang with our legs behind us. We want to have our hips underneath of us and feet slightly out in front of us. Okay? Now, Dale's going to get back in the same setup here, but he's going to knock out 5 pull-ups for me. Okay? So he's going to get in a dead hang. He's going to exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down. Notice he is pulling his clavicle to the bar. A lot of people do what I call neck ups. They pull to right here and then they lift their neck up. That's not helping you as much as if you can drive all the way to where that chin passes the bar and the bar rests right on your clavicle. Okay? So pull-ups are probably the king of upper body exercises. Push-ups and pull-ups. You can get really good at these things with regular practice. So if you're a little discouraged by your ability to do push-ups or pull-ups right now, don't be. The more you practice them, the better you're going to get. All right, so that's our vertical push and that's our vertical pull. Next thing we're going to show you guys is a horizontal push and a horizontal pull. So we're going to utilize this bench right here. And instead of just showing you guys a regular dumbbell incline, what we're going to show you is an exercise that we utilize a lot with all of our athletes. And it's an alternating dumbbell press. So Dale will go ahead and lay down. He'll get those dumbbells on top of his knees. And he will kick them up with each knee and then immediately press overhead. He will then slowly lower one arm down and then press back to the top. He'll then alternate arms. Working 6 to 8 reps per arm is going to be sufficient for most of you on this. Think about a 3-second lowering phase and then an explosive push to the top. Very good. Now that's our horizontal push, so we want to balance that out with a horizontal row. So we're going to have Dale roll over. He's going to lay down on his bench, and we're going to perform something that we call bat wing rows. Having good stability of the muscles across your upper back is essential for shoulder health and optimal athletic performance. This exercise is a great way to improve that. So first of all, we're just laying over top of this bench, all right? Dale's feet are long, but he's digging his toes into the ground. He's going to think about first reaching long to the ground, letting his shoulder blades slide out around his rib cage. He's then going to start rowing up and squeezing his shoulder blades. Now he holds this for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then he lowers it in 2 to 3 seconds, reaching towards the ground, and then he repeats. Dale, you're on your own on this. Give yourself your own count. Notice while he's doing this that we have a nice straight line from his hip to his neck. He's not rowing and arching his neck up. He's maintaining this position the entire time. One other thing I want to point out that we mention on our rowing videos a lot is when Dale rows, many athletes have a chance of falling into what we call an anterior glide, where the shoulder rolls forward. Notice Dale is keeping that shoulder from rowing forward. His thumb does not have to be way up here, okay? Very good, Dale. Those 4 exercises alone that we just showed you will go a long way in building your upper body strength. They can be progressed or they can be regressed. So if you've got questions about that, please drop them in the comments and I'll do my best to give you more answers and input. Guys, this is Andy Ploy, Coach Dale Boyd, BCI Sports Performance and Fitness. Thank you so much for your continued support. Please like this, please share this, and please subscribe if you have not already. Thanks for your time.